Paul Pogba to Manchester United then. There's some more news regarding the situation on Paul Pogba. Now, wherever you look, Manchester United are apparently going to bid for Paul Pogba. There's different reports on salaries and that, but the journalist Di Marzio, who has reported a lot of truth lately, especially Manchester United related, has come out tonight and said that Manchester United will be bidding for him after the Euros. His agent will put a bid in for Juventus for the player, and he says that Paul Pogba is happy to come to Manchester United. Now, it's obviously whether Juventus are going to accept a record, I think it's around £120 million euros, £100 million and €120 million bid, which is a shit ton of money for Paul Pogba. He isn't worth 120 million euros, but I don't think the likes of Gareth Bale will certainly are up there in the record transfer fees at the moment, but I don't reckon even they're worth that sort of money. I don't reckon anyone's worth that sort of money, but you've got to pay big to get these top players, and he has got the potential to go on and be one of the best midfielders of his generation. And, you know, Di Marzio reported so much sense over the last couple of months. The deal is no means done and dusted at all. Obviously, Juventus have got to accept it. There is a mammoth, according to the Daily Mail, Manchester United are willing to offer up to 300,000 a week for Paul Pogba to come to Manchester United. That's a hell of a lot on wages for him. I presume that is euros. Even 300,000 euros a week is huge for Paul Pogba. But you've got to pay this sort of money if you want the best players. And it does look more and more likely that Paul Pogba could be coming back to Manchester United. I'll be absolutely ecstatic if it happens. You know, we should never have let him go. But it doesn't matter. If we bring Paul Pogba back to Manchester United, I'll be happy. It doesn't matter if we've got to pay £100 million for the player that we let go for practically free. It doesn't matter. You know, we're buying shirts. I mean, there's 3 shirts come out every season. We're buying other merchandise, and all this fucking money is going into them cunts, the Glazers' pockets. So we want to see success on the pitch, and this is the way to do it. You've got to spend the money. We don't want to be like Arsenal, buying some Japanese cunt from the Japanese league who scores about 1 goal in 7 games. We want to buy the top players at Manchester United to get us back to the top of the Premier League, winning the FA Cup, the Carling Cup and the Champions League on a regular basis. And we're only going to do that with the best players. And Paul Pogba is one of the most sought after midfielders in world football. He's won 4 league titles at Juventus. He's got to the Champions League final. He's in the semi-final for France at the Euros. He was the young player at the World Cup. So, you know, we're getting one of the best young talents in world football. He's only 23 years of age still. You know, it was such a shame. If he had been playing regularly for Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson, he would most likely have signed that new contract. I'm pretty sure of it. You know, it was the fact that we brought Paul Scholes back out of retirement, which really, I think, annoyed Paul Pogba. He wasn't getting nowhere near enough game time, and he just wanted to play football. He's no way is he a dickhead like Balotelli or someone that just wants to fuck off. He will knuckle down and perform decent on the pitch, I'm sure of it, at Manchester United. You know, there's going to be no problems of him coming back to Manchester United. I don't think so. Sir Alex Ferguson is no longer the manager, even if he did fall out with him. You know, we've got the top manager in world football in place at Manchester United. And this is just such exciting news. I can't wait to see how it develops. I'm hopeful that it will happen. The Euros final is on Sunday, so hopefully after that we can conclude a deal, if possible, to sign him. Christ, I can't believe I'm saying that. I might be getting a bit ahead of myself, but I'm hopeful that we can get a deal done, because Jose Mourinho said in that press conference only a day or so ago that he will not be buying players up to the 31st of August. He wants them done and dusted before then, so they're in, ready for the start of the season for that first game away at Bournemouth. You know, we've got to get this done and dusted, these signings. This is the main one that Manchester United want. He said he's willing to break the bank for a player, and it does look like it could happen now. Can't believe I'm saying that. A couple of months ago, I would have probably fainted if I'd heard someone say that Paul Pogba was coming back to Manchester United with no Champions League football. You know, we can still do this without Champions League football. It's absolutely amazing now the lure of coming to play under Jose Mourinho is having an effect on the players that want to come. Obviously, the really big transfer fee, because he'll get a big sign-on fee, and the wages do go into it as well. But to play for the biggest club in world football and to play under one of the best managers of all time in Jose Mourinho is such a lure for players, and I'm so happy that it could be done. If it does get done, it will, for me, make it almost a perfect transfer window for Manchester United, even if we don't sign anyone else. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Do you think we can actually do this deal now? I mean, I don't want to have egg on my face if the transfer doesn't happen, but I think it is there to happen. It seems like Real Madrid can't afford to pay this, or don't want to. It seems that pay this huge fee, and we're the only two going in neck and neck for the signing of him. So, and he's got a lot of friends at Manchester United as well. The likes of Januzaj, who he come through the youth academy, probably Jesse Lingard as well. You know, he's friends with Memphis Depay, so it will work great, I think, for Pogba coming back to Manchester United. He knows the likes of Wayne Rooney as well, so it will be fantastic to see him back at Manchester United. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll be back breaking any more news as it happens right here on All Things Man United.